Act 3 is stuck. Picks up where Act 2 leaves off with the gunshot and the lights out. There's a beat, and then you hear Grace screaming, like, who turned off the lights? Tiffany said, wait, I thought I shot you. No, you missed because the lights were off. Lights come back on, and you realize that the person who turned the lights off is the future son or daughter that they might have. I left it nebulous so that, you know, it's flexible casting in that regard. And they are confronted with the future of, like, this amazing child exists because they were able to reconcile and continue their love, but it right now is in flux. They are completely unsure, you know, how they're going to proceed. But if they do, they know that the outcome will be that they get to have this amazing kid. And from the future where this kid exists, they pose the question, like, you know, are we good parents? Do you feel loved? Do you feel like we're good parents to you? And of course, the answer is yes. That their house is full of love, but only if they choose this other path. The last thing they have to do is confront the girl that Gray was going to cheat on him with, who at this point he hasn't met, and kind of a thread throughout has been, since Stephanie appears in Act 2, is that maybe Gray is being catfished and that this isn't an actual person. This really scantily clad woman appears from down the stairs, and she has her cell phone out, and she's like speaking in text jargon, like LOL, and can't seem to remember his name. She calls him Greg instead of Gray, Carl, Tom, just generic, like, names that aren't his. And it becomes very apparent that this figment of a woman isn't actually real. And then through some interesting, like, stage ducking and replacing, you find that it is in fact a guy named Ladarius who's been catfishing him, and the subject of what they've been talking about comes up, and apparently Gray continues in, like, the text conversations to kind of just dote on his girlfriend Tiffany, even though he's talking to this other woman, and it becomes apparent that while he was getting attention from another woman, there is a second side of that story where it's not necessarily that he's cheating, it's just he's looking for validation, he's looking for somebody to talk to, he's looking for something else. And having wrapped that up, the last thing that happens in the play is there's a knock at the basement door, and then down comes a delivery girl who is there to deliver something from the jewelry store. And as it turns out, it's an engagement ring that Gray was going to use once he broke it off with the girl that he'd been talking to, and he was going to propose marriage to Tiffany. He proposes, she says yes, the daughter, the delivery girl, and the catfisher all exit, and the play ends. Though I have had in mind for a time an alternate ending where all this happens, you get a blackout, everyone exits the stage really quickly, and then when the lights come back on, Gray is laying smattered with blood, as if all of this has just been like a machination of him being unconscious and none of it happened. I like both endings, but I think one's more satisfying for an audience.